I call this meeting of Alvin Independent School District to order. Let the record show that a quorum of board members is present and that this meeting has been duly called and that notice of this meeting has been posted in accordance with Texas Open Meeting Act, Texas Government Code, Chapter 551. If you would, please stand for the invocation and the pledges. Please bow your head. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for gathering us today. We ask that you would continue to pour out your blessings upon this district so that all members can grow knowledge of your truth, love, and wisdom. We thank you for the amazing teachers and staff within the district, and we ask that you would protect and strengthen them as they lead and guide our students every day. Help give them the wisdom and enthusiasm needed to support and motivate students to do their very best. Please keep our schools safe and secure. We pray that you will help students strive and discover their purpose through you, Lord. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you very much. First thing we have is the superintendent's report.
So board, this is always one of the best things that happens each time is that we can share the wonderful things going on throughout the district. And we want to start with our top students, class of 2023. In April, the Education Foundation announced the top students of the class of 2023 at Alvin High School, Manville High School, Shadow Creek High School, and Rise Academy. Each student had selected their most influential educator, and both the teacher and student will be recognized at the upcoming Alvin ISD Education Foundation's annual celebration of academic excellence, which will take place on May the 16th. And this is always a great celebration to celebrate with our students. So thank you to the Alvin ISD Education Foundation for hosting this each year for our students. Alvin ISD's J.B. Hensler College and Career Academy celebrated the opening of their new dental lab with a dedication ceremony Thursday, April the 27th. Thanks to a generous donation or grant, $183,000 grant from the High Demand Job Training Program matching grant, the Academy's dental program will now have access to the state-of-the-art equipment and supplies to prepare students to join the dental industry after graduation. After the dedication ceremony, the 15 newly registered dental assistants were penned by their instructor, Shiny George. And if y'all remember Miss George, she has had 100% passing rate of her students in the dental program there. This program's been going on, and the staff out there has worked really hard to secure the grant. The Manville Economic Development Corporation Committee, I'm trying to remember what their Manville Education or Economic Development is the one that granted it, and then Manville, City of Manville worked in partnership to approve that we received this matching grant. So thank you to our staff there for working on this, and also to Miss George and her success. It just shows what an impactful instructor can do for students, and so thank you to all the staff there. Last week, 15 of our Alvin ISD students secured career starting positions through the Brazoria County Petrochemical Council, Signing Day, and C3 Construction Career Collaborative Commercial Construction Hiring Event. Say that 3 times. These students represent various career pathways, including welding, construction, manufacturing, and automotive. And I think this is a true testament, again, to our instructors at our JBH CTE Center and the staff out there for preparing our students for that next step. And this is part of their career. And you can have some really prosperous careers through that CTE pathway, and JBH staff has helped make sure that our students are successful in those programs. So thank you again to our teachers and staff. Then we had our Winner's Wagon. This is always a fun time. The Alvin ISD Education Foundation Winner's Wagon delivered 119 innovative teaching grants totaling over $107,000 to 33 campuses in Alvin ISD. So every one of our campuses received grants. And again, this is our wonderful teaching staff and instructional staff who apply for these grants that directly impact our students on a daily basis. And some people may say, what is this Alvin ISD Education Foundation? We always say it's the turtle group. So each year when we ask for support, purchasing turtles, this is what the monies go back to, is back to the campuses, back to our students to impact. So thank you again. On Saturday, April the 22nd, Alvin ISD hosted their annual job fair at Shadow Creek High School. The event was a huge success, drawing over 260 attendees, and you will see some of the new hires on our Rec for Hire this evening for your consideration. So thank you to our HR department and our HR staff and all those across each department that helped make that a successful job fair. Alvin ISD, or Independent School District administrators and board members, showed their appreciation for hard work and dedication of our staff members by visiting each campus and department and handing out umbrellas in honor of Teacher Appreciation Week. We are thankful for the staff's commitment to our students, and you'd be surprised so many people got excited about getting a big umbrella because they can use it each day at work, during car rider duty, when it's raining. So thank you again to our staff that helped make that happen. Our graduation information for class of 2023. Shadow Creek High School will be our first graduation held at Heritage on Wednesday, May 24th, 2023 at 7:30 p.m. in the evening. And then the next night on Thursday, we'll host Manville High School at 7:30 in the evening. And then on Friday during the day at 2 p.m., Rise Academy will host their graduation at the Performing Arts Center at Alvin High School. It'll be there right on campus. And then Alvin High School will be Friday evening at 7:30 p.m. We do have a weather makeup day scheduled for Saturday, May 27th, and times will be determined. And then before I say have a great summer, I want to say one of our own trustees today received a Star Performance Award from the Texas A&M Mays Business School, where she is employed. And so she received this prestigious award, and that would be Trustee Regan Matoyer-Peterson. Congratulations. Mrs. Peterson works with higher ed and recruiting people into her programs. Do you get a medal? Oh, maybe when we do the student accommodations, we'll.
There you go.
And then, of course, we want you to have a great summer. Last day of school is May the 26th, but we need all kids to continue to come to school until May the 26th. Thank you.
Next, we have student and staff commendations.
Okay, good evening, board. Good evening, guests. We're very excited that you're here with us today. Before we get started, I do want to say if you are a parent of one of these students that are getting honored, please feel free to take pictures. This is about your student and how proud we are of them. So, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started, board. We're going to talk about the National Merit Finalist first. Five Alvin ISD high school students have been named National Merit Finalist. Students enter the National Merit Finalist program by taking the preliminary SAT, National Merit Scholarship Qualifying Test. Around 15,000 finalists were selected from the semifinalists named in September. As finalists, students will be in the running for the merit scholarships. These scholarships were awarded beginning in March and will continue through June. So, congratulations to the following students. When I call your name, please come up and stand with our board members here. The first one is Andrew Dongchu from Shadow Creek High School. Zendaya Mahesh from Shadow Creek High School. Andrew Mooney from Shadow Creek High School. Ryan Piance from Shadow Creek High School. And Ethan Wiltz from Shadow Creek High School. Ladies and gentlemen, these are your National Merit finalists.
So, Ms. Rives, that's like the Super Bowl winner, right?
It is. This is a huge deal.
Yes,
Yes,
it is. It's like
It
the
is.
Super Bowl. And so I just want to say to the parents of these 5 students, wow, what a great job you have done in raising these kids, fine individuals. And I know that the time and effort and support that you've given them over the years and the many hours of staying up with them as they were doing their work and performance, and I'm sure all of them are involved in other activities, not just academics, but congratulations to you, to the grandparents, to the support system behind these 5 students. But great job, students. We look forward to you going on to bigger and better things as well. It's awesome.
Thank you, students. You may have a seat. Congratulations. So next we're going to talk about Skills USA. So congratulations to our Skills USA students at Alvin High School, J.B. Hensler, Manville High School, and Shadow Creek. We had 17 students qualified to get to the state championship, and we're recognizing our state winners and national qualifying students. So from Manville High School, we have Naomi Howe. Jalen Kimball Fontenot. Nayak Minaj Nair. And
These 2 are also from Manville.
oh, and from Manville also, Brianna Carter. And Aubrey Riles. These are our Manville High School Skills USA state winners.
Congratulations.
And thank you very much. Y'all may have a seat, and we're going to call up the next group. So,
Congratulations.
congratulations. That's an awesome job. And the next group is J.B. Hensler, and that is Andrew Moore, Joshua Boblet, Guillermo Cano, Joseph Dennis, Michael Montoya, and Hayden Adkins.
One more coming.
And these students were under the direction of Teresa Lewis, Scott Pollard, and Larry Salinas. Thank you very
Congratulations,
much.
students.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Now for the Skills USA National qualifiers. We have from J.B. Hensler, Jacob Lee. He placed first in district, first in state, and qualified to go to nationals in Atlanta, Georgia for the welding competition under the direction of Kent Thorberg, Heath Ashcroft, and James Niola and Wayne Elsner. Thank you very much.
Congratulations, Jacob.
Yes. Next is HOSA. Congratulations to our Health Occupation Students of America, our HOSA students at Alvin High School, Manville High School, and Shadow Creek. We had 7 students qualify to get to the state competition, and we are recognizing our state winners at this time. So Alvin High School, we have Brianna Rivas. Our teachers are Teresa Lanu and Christy Walton. And then for Shadow Creek, we have Katie Hong. Anna John. Caitlin Nago. And Jewel Perrell. And their teachers were Swinda Barajas, Amy Wright, Ray Nickel, and Tina Chowdhury.
We have a couple parents still.
Yes. And great job, everyone. We're looking forward to seeing you in the health occupations soon. Okay, next, congratulations to our Family, Career, and Community Leaders of America students at Alvin High School and Iowa Colony High School. We had 3 students qualify to get to the state competition, and we are recognizing our state winners. So from Alvin High School, we have Deanna Reyna. And her teacher is Eva Cantu, Amanda Peterson, and Kelsey Woodard. Great job. Thank you very much. And next we have Technology Students Association. So congratulations to our Technology Student Association students at Alvin High School, Manville High School, and Shadow Creek. We had 81 students qualify to get to the state competition, and we're recognizing our state winners and national qualifying students. So the TSA state winners from Manville High School are Carlos Marin, Bloody Beard, and Dana Pena. Justin Octanubi. And Sam Thomas.
Justin, are you valedictorian? Okay, I thought he's Manville High School valedictorian. I knew he looked familiar.
Yes.
Yep.
Great job, students. So our TSA national qualifiers are Shura Mbaban and Nashif Udin. Placed 4th in district and 2nd in state, and our national qualifiers in forensic science. The students were under the direction of Daniel Flagen and Teresa Lewis and Jacob Smith. Congratulations. Now we have another award. This is the Presidential Environmental Youth Award. So Shadow Creek High School student Raul Vajan was selected as the recipient of the President's Environmental Youth Award from Region 6. Region 6 includes Louisiana, Arkansas, Oklahoma, New Mexico, and Texas. This award is selected by the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency in partnership with the White House Council on Environmental Quality. Across the country, 34 students were selected and recognized for their leadership and commitment to environmental education and stewardship. And tonight, we would like to recognize Raul Vajayan. Where are you, Raul? There you are. Yes. Congratulations. That is an awesome thing to be recognized, one of only 34 in the nation. That's pretty amazing. Will be giving us a presentation momentarily, okay, over what he did. So, but we'll move into our staff commendations before that. And the Alvin ISD Education Foundation and Anna Passarella with Alvin ISD Family and Community Engagement were selected as the 2023 Texas Education Foundation Network Distinguished Achievement Award winners for their work on the Alvin ISD STEM bus. If you have not seen that bus, you need to see it whenever it's around because it's pretty amazing. They were awarded a $5,000 grant from the Texas Pioneer Foundation and were recognized during the opening luncheon of the 2023 TEFN Annual Conference. So congratulations, ladies.
Congratulations. And again, like Ms. Rive said, if you haven't seen the STEM bus, it's amazing. And we have a lot of community partners that have helped make that project happen. So thank you to Ms. Passarella, Ms.
Yes.
Olson for doing that. But before we move on to our student presentation, Ms. Rives, can I just ask for teachers of the students that are here this evening? Those teachers that are here, if you'll please stand and be recognized because you've put in so much into our students. Do this and our students wouldn't be as successful as they are without the help and the time that our teachers put in. And again, congratulations to our parents, your support, and I know you're all proud of the students and the work that they've put in. So thank you for being partners with us and for coming this evening and supporting your students. And again, I'll say we can't wait to see what the next step is for each one of them. So congratulations. Thank you again to our teachers and staff who came to support your students this evening.
Thank you.
At this time, we're going to have a presentation of hydroponic farming system.
So Board, Raul is from Shadow Creek High School. He's presenting on the farming system he created at Shadow Creek High School, which led to this nationwide nonprofit. So I know that one of our trustees was able to attend one of his presentations, and so we're so interested to learn more about it. So welcome this evening and congratulations on your award.
Thank you. So my name is Rahul Vajayan. I'm a junior in Shadow Creek High School, and I'm honored to be presenting my proposal to the board today. And I'm gonna quickly start off by explaining what hydroponics is, and then I will discuss my proposal for the future. So to give a quick overview, hydroponics is a method of cultivating plants using 90% less water, 40% less space, and it uses zero soil. Compared to traditional agriculture, hydroponics uses no GMOs, artificial pesticides, herbicides, or any type of artificial fertilizer. And so the problem I'm trying to tackle is twofold. One being the educational sector. Traditionally, today in schools, education is primarily textbook oriented. And while this is great for some students, a more project-based learning is more well-rounded and can target more students. And so by implementing hydroponic infrastructure, we can teach students about STEM concepts in a fun, engaging, hands-on, and interactive way. Secondly, the second problem I'm trying to tackle is the nutritional element. As we all know, proper nutrition is critical to growth and development of young students, and by implementing hydroponic infrastructure, we can utilize the produce grown by these plants to supplement school needs to achieve these nutritional needs in a cheap, healthy, nutritious, and fun way. And so this is the hydroponic system we have in my school, Shadow Creek High School. And so I just wanted to give a quick kind of recap of my journey so far. In 2021, I created my nonprofit, Farm to Tray, and I partnered with a local hydroponic vendor, Moonflower Farms. Then in August of 2022, I piloted the first ever hydroponic system in Shadow Creek High School. And here I did this by acquiring a national level grant to fund the total price of the system. Then in December of 2022, we had 5 hydroponic harvests, and there are the photos right there. And we also expanded to the first other school outside of Shadow Creek, Mary Merrick Elementary. And I wanted to thank Ms. Oliver, Mr. Rhodes, and the board, because none of this could have been possible without your continued support. Then in January of 2023, I hosted the first ever hydroponic symposium in Shadow Creek High School. And here I invited NASA speakers, the Pearland mayor, and 13 Alvin ISD schools, and gave away 100 free hydroponic grow kits, which were funded through a grant that I achieved. And a hydroponic grow kit, I have one right here. It's a small lab that offers a introduction to hydroponics for younger students. And so we gave these away primarily for elementary students, but I'll focus on that a little bit more in the next slides. And then most recently in April of 2023, I got the Presidential Environmental Youth Award, or PEA. And the reason why I bring this up is because Farm to Tray is now nationally recognized by the Environmental Protection Agency, which will make it easier to acquire more grants for future hydroponic implementation in Alvin ISD. So just to quickly sum up, Farm to Tray has secured $6,700 in grants from 4 different grant organizations. I have 7 partners and have expanded hydroponics to 30 schools across 3 states, Texas, California, and New York. And we impacted 25,000 students in these schools. Additionally, I've expanded 150 free hydroponic grow kits to those schools, and Farm to Tray has a 14-person volunteer member team. So this brings me to my proposal. My proposal is to have all of Alvin ISD to implement hydroponic infrastructure in all of its schools in the next 5 years. And so to do this, I'd like to target all the types of schools, elementary, middle school, and high school. And so my plan is for elementary students to utilize the hydroponic grow kit, which I talked about a little bit earlier. It's an introduction to hydroponic learning, and it's very plug and play and easy for elementary teachers to use. All you do is pour water, and then in 10 to 14 days, you have a chia pet-like plant that's growing micro-radish, broccoli, arugula, or multiple different types of plants, which is really exciting for young students. And then for middle schoolers, I hope to have a more hands-on approach because they're slightly older. So here, instead of having a plug-and-play hydroponic system, they'll actually make their own, adding the vermiculite, which is the soil substitute, and actually adding the plants, then watering it, then growing it, and harvesting it, which allows more engagement for these slightly older students to further teach these STEM concepts like plant growth, photosynthesis, and pH. And then finally, to have high schoolers utilize the same hydroponic system that I have in Shadow Creek High School. And this system allows students to grow real or larger lettuces and basils, tomatoes, stevia, microgreens, and multiple types of plants. And then furthermore, these plants can then be implemented in school lunches for high schoolers. And once again, goes back to the educational aspect, teaching these STEM concepts to these students. And so my goal is that as students kind of grow up from elementary schools, they can have more hands-on learning and be more kind of invested with learning about hydroponics, better nutrition, and sustainable agricultural practices, with the hope that they'll adopt these into their adulthood. And so I have a roadmap here. Due to time constraints, I'm not going to go all the way into each section of it, but I'm more than happy to if you would like a little bit later. And this brings me to some amazing testimonials from Bell Sanchez Elementary, Red Duke. And, a picture speaks 1,000 words. The pictures kind of speak for themselves. These students are fascinated by the prospect of growing plants without the use of soil, and seemingly from nothing to these sprouting micro arugula in, 3 days. It's really the next step and the future for not only farming, but for education. And we also had some more testimonials from Pomona and Mary Merrick, but I didn't get a chance to include that here. And I think Together, I hope to work with Alvin ISD to implement hydroponics in all of the schools to really teach students from a young age about healthy, sustainable agricultural practices and healthy nutrition. And together, I hope we can do this one tray at a time. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Very interesting.
Very impressive, very impressive. Right, I know there's a lot of students. We're getting ready to go to the open forum session. If any students want to leave, they're more than welcome to leave at this point. If you want to stay, you're more than welcome to stay.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. All right.
Congratulations. Well done. Oh, God. Congratulations.
Just curious.
Oh, I forgot they all went outside. I forgot all the principals went outside. Yeah. Right. All the principals went outside.
Got a whole new group coming in.
Right? So they got to come back in.
All right, we are now at the open forum portion of the agenda. If you would like to address the board, you should have completed the public participation form and submitted it to the superintendent secretary prior to the meeting according to policy BED local. After I call your name, please come to the podium and state your name and the purpose of addressing the board. Please understand that you will have 3 minutes to speak. Yet if 10 or more speakers have signed up to speak, the board president shall have the discretion to reduce the time limit to no less than 1 minute based on time constraints on the conduct of the board business. If a translator is needed, you will be given 6 minutes to speak. I respectfully ask that you make no derogatory statements about any student or staff of Alvin ISD. I ask that you also understand that the board cannot take action on your request or comment at this time. However, the president or designee may refer the request to the superintendent for review. And we have Tariq Hammett.
Good evening, school board members. First of all, I'd like to say to everyone here, we made it. One more year, we have made it. I have realized that the Alvin ISD School Board, you guys do a wonderful job. You work very, very hard to serve our students, and for that, I want to thank you. I have served students in another district for over 35 years. It is now time for me to retire. I'm going to retire. However, in Alvin ISD, there are some things I think we need to look at to retire as well. And one of those is the use of the slogan, hookah hey. If I were to walk into this building with a shirt on that said, "It is a great day to die," that would be horrible. But I have some children who went to Manville High School, junior high school, years ago. And when I went in, I saw this slogan of I call it an effigy. It's an effigy of a Native American up on the wall. And that is a slogan. As human beings, we should not use other human beings as mascots, as slogans. Alvin ISD, we are better than that. 5 years ago, I was talking about this to people, and still we're talking about it. There was a superintendent, about Buck is what they called him, and he said, we're going to take care of that. We're not going to no longer name any more schools after human beings. We need to work on that. We are better than that. When we know better, we do better. I have faith in this school board that if at some point we'll realize that it is not good to teach our children things like that. If we want to name our schools after the greatest fighting force in the world, the Army, the Air Force, the Marines. My father served in Vietnam, and I know when he was there as a Ranger, nothing would make him prouder than to have the Rangers as a slogan for some of our schools. It is important that we set the example. You guys are doing a great job right now, but we can always do more. I also want to mention that in Alvin ISD, I've gathered here that we produce some wonderful students. Our students are the best of the best. Like I said, for 35 years, I've been serving students. Not to compare districts, but Alvin ISD is head and shoulders above every other school district in the city of Houston. I work in a huge school district, and I watch and I marvel at the growth that Alvin ISD has done. It is only at the hands of our leaders, such as yourself, that we're able to grow like that. And I know it's a tremendous responsibility that you have. Please do not take that responsibility lightly. Keep in mind that your decisions have an impact on the lives of families. Some people can't handle that burden, but I believe you've all been entrusted with that. And as servants of this school district, I want to thank each and every one of you for serving us all this year. And have a great year. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we're now into the consent agenda items, A through I. Does anybody want to pull and do any of those separately?
I just, sorry. I had a question on, well, maybe just more clarification on items D and E. I know these are two tools and software that we use that are critical to our daily success, but seems to be we're renewing this on a 1-year term, and I know if we are able to maybe negotiate a longer rate, is that an option for us, or were we limited to just the 1-year terms on both of these pieces?
So we're currently looking into that right now. We're on the 1-year term. When we initially started, we started on a multi-year term because it was a new system, and that was back in like 2015, I believe. And so we had a multi-year, but then we went through what we call the buy board, where we get better pricing, and that was on a 1-year term. But I know that our purchasing department is currently working and reaching out to Tyler Technologies to see if we could move to a multi-year term. But in order to keep our systems going, we're really asking for just approval for the purchase over $75,000. So if we can get the price reduced, we will, but we still need to move forward with our contract because Tyler Technologies, the Munis system is our finance system, and then the Skyward system is our student system. So we can't lapse in our systems in those two areas, but we've asked our purchasing department to reach out to, and I know our CFO, Dr. Combs, has also reached out and is working with purchasing and Mr. Gesh to see what we can do to see if we can get it to a multi-year so we can get the price reduced some. Great
Thank you.
question.
So do we have a motion to approve the consent agenda items A through I as presented?
So moved.
By trustee Harris, we have a second by trustee Scott. All right, all in favor? All opposed? Motion carries 7-0. Next, we have request to consider approval of a purchase of a radio system and bidirectional antenna system.
So Board, this is the system that will help us to upgrade our radio system district-wide. The district was awarded a school safety formula grant, and we're asking for your consideration to be able to purchase $793,715.98 for the upgrade for our radio system for safety and security, as well as $375,504.24 for the Biddy antenna system installation at CTE, Manville High School, Manville Junior High, Nolan Ryan Junior High, and Shirley Brothers Elementary. And this, again, will help us with safety and security across the district and upgrading our system. And these are all through the school safety formula grant.
All right. Do we have a motion, the board approve the superintendent or designee to proceed with purchase of the radio system and bidirectional system as listed above?
So moved.
Trustee Selsky, do we have a second by trustee Scheibel? Any questions or comments? All in favor? All opposed? Motion carries 7-0. Next, we have request to consider approval of audit services for fiscal year ending 2023.
So board pursuant to CH Local, the board is being asked to consider authorizing our external auditor services, again, with Weaver, and associated expenditures for the fiscal year 2023 annual external audit, and this is required by the state.
Very good. Do we have a motion to approve audit service for the fiscal year ending 2023 as outlined in the provided audit engagement letter?
So moved.
By trustee Peterson, do we have a second? By trustee Harris. Any questions or comments? All in favor? All opposed? Motion carries 7-0. Next, we have request to consider approval of bond perimeter.
So board, Alvin ISD is continually engaged in an active debt management process to ensure the long-term financial viability of our district. A portion of Alvin ISD's unlimited tax variable rate series 2014B bonds are currently in a term rate period, which will end on August the 15th, 2023. With the mandatory tender date forthcoming, the recommendation is to refund the Series 2014B 2036 maturity to a fixed rate based on the current market conditions. The board is being asked to consider authorizing the following order. Order authorizing the issuance, sale, and delivery of Alvin Independent School District Unlimited Tax Schoolhouse and Refunding Bonds, Series 2023, setting certain perimeters for the bonds, authorizing a pricing officer to approve the amount, the interest rate, price, and terms thereof, and certain other procedures and provisions related thereto, levying a tax and providing for the security and payment of such bonds, and enacting other provisions relating thereto.
Do we have a motion to approve the bond order as presented? By trustee Harris, do we have a second? By trustee Scheibel. Any questions or comments? All in favor? All opposed? Motion carries 7-0. Next, we have request to consider approval of basic life insurance.
So board, the Risk Management Office received and completed their review of the proposals for our district-paid basic life insurance and has recommended moving to Lincoln Financial Group. The Lincoln Financial Group offered us a 7% lower than current and is offering a 3-year rate guarantee.
All right, do we have a motion to approve the basic life insurance as presented? Trustee Selsky, we have a second by trustee Scott. Any questions or comments? All in favor? All opposed? Motion carries 7-0. Next, we have request to consider approval of employment of personnel.
So board, these are some of the people that we made offers to at our recent job fair. They're also our hiring supervisors, our principals, assistant principals have been interviewing and making offers. Now it's up for consideration, for the board's consideration, to offer them a contract for the next school year.
All right, do we have a motion approval be granted for requested personnel items as presented?
So moved.
By trustee Peterson, do we have a second? By trustee Johnson. Any questions or comments? All in favor? All opposed? Motion carries 7-0. Next, we have request to consider approval of 5 assistant principals, location to be determined.
So board, the location to be determined is due to, we have several openings because of different promotions throughout the district and/or retirements. And so at a later date, they will be assigned a campus, but first we want to get them on board as an assistant principal. So our first recommendation is Miss Alana Adami. She's currently serving as the administrative intern at Rise Academy. She previously served Alvin Junior High as a math teacher before becoming the advanced academic specialist. Alana began her career with Santa Fe ISD as a teacher, the math department chair, and eventually an assistant principal intern. She attended Alvin ISD's Future Administrator Academy in 2021. She has over 14 years of experience in education, 9 of those being with Alvin ISD. She received her bachelor's in interdisciplinary studies from the University of Houston and her master's degree in administrative leadership from Lamar. So the committee's recommendation for board consideration is Ms. Alana Adami.
Do we have a motion to approve Alana Adami as an assistant principal to be school to be determined later?
So moved.
Trustee Harris, do we have a second by trustee Scott? Any questions or comments? All in favor? Motion carried. All opposed? Motion carries 7-0.
Okay, Alana. So can you introduce any guests that you brought with you this evening?
This is Avery Adami, she's in first grade, and this is Alyssa Adami, she's in third, and my niece Megan, who's also an educator, and I have colleagues around here, so I don't want to forget anybody.
Oh.
And my very best friend, she's somewhere in here, and that's Veronica and her husband, and she's a former educator.
Wonderful. Former, we need her back. So where do your children attend school?
My son, who's not able to be here since finals week, he's in College Station, he's at Flynn, he graduated from Alvin High School last year, and my girls go to Passmore.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, Alana. Okay, the next assistant principal for consideration is Miss Justine Blackwell. Miss Blackwell is currently serving as teacher at Passmore Elementary. She began her career in Alvin ISD as a teacher and undergraduate mentor. Justine previously taught for Houston ISD as well as Abu Dhabi Education Council. She also attended Alvin ISD's Future Administrator Academy. She has over 23 years of experience in education, 10 of those with Alvin ISD. She received her bachelor's degree from Stephen F. Austin University and her master's in educational leadership from Stephen F. Austin State University. The committee, aren't they moving to University of Texas system? Oh, it's the Harvard of the South. Trustee Scott said the Harvard of the South. So the committee's asking for consideration from the board for Ms. Justine Blackwell to serve as an assistant principal.
Do we have a motion to approve Justine Blackwell, assistant principal to a school to be determined?
So moved.
Trustee Peterson, second by trustee Johnson. Any questions or comments? All in favor? All opposed? Motion carries 7-0.
Justine? Can you introduce your family that's with you this evening? Your family? Uh-oh.
Everyone's with me today, so I brought my husband, Brian Blackwell, my children, Maddox Blackwell, he's a second grader at Passmore, and my girls attend ACC Lab School as well as Nelson Elementary, and they are Brooklyn, who's 4, and Brielle, who is 3. My father, Don Jones, and my mom, Paula Jones, are also with us.
Congratulations. Our next assistant principal for consideration is Mr. Jacob Chavarria. He's currently serving as a 4th and 5th grade reading, language arts, and social studies teacher at Nelson Elementary. While earning his degree in psychology, Jacob served 4 years in Pearland ISD as a PE aide. He was named Paraprofessional of the Year in 2016 and Rookie Teacher of the Year in 2020. He's been awarded multiple grants from the Alvin ISD Education Foundation. Jacob has over 8 years' experience in education, receiving his bachelor's degree from the University of Houston and his educational management degree also from University of Houston. So we're asking for consideration for the board to approve Mr. Chaviera. Did I pronounce? I'm sorry. To assist in leading the staff at a school to be determined.
Do we have a motion to approve Jacob Chavavera as a, I'll spell it, as a school, as a assistant principal, school to be determined?
So moved.
Trustee Harris, we have a second. By trustee Peterson. Any questions or comments? All in favor? All opposed? Motion carries 7-0.
Jacob, can you pronounce your last name? Chavarria. Perfect, Chavarria. Can you please introduce your guests that you came with you? Awesome. Congratulations, Jacob. So the next one for consideration for assistant principal is Miss Nayeli Hernandez. Did I pronounce it wrong? Nayeli? It's what? Oh, I am so sorry. Okay. Thought I pronounced it wrong. I'm like, oh. Nayeli Hernandez. Ms. Hernandez is currently serving Pasadena ISD as a district math instructional coach at Pearl Hall Elementary. She began her teaching career in Pasadena as a bilingual teacher at Burnett and Mathis Elementary School. Nayeli is a graduate of Pasadena ISD's Aspiring Administrator Academy. She has over 9 years of experience in education. She received her bachelor's degree from the University of Houston and her master's degree in educational leadership and policy studies from the University of Texas in Arlington. The committee and myself are asking for consideration for approval for Ms. Hernandez from the board.
All right, you're not going to get me into the name deal again. Do we have a motion to approve Ms. Hernandez as assistant principal, school to be determined later? By trustee Selsky, second by trustee Johnson. Any questions or comments? All in favor? All opposed? Motion carries 7-0.
Just for the minute, I think I have another one. I'm gonna make sure I didn't, yep,
You want to
I
introduce your
did.
family?
Oh, I am so sorry, Nellie. I was,
My wonderful husband is my number one support system. My children, Alex, who attends Alvin Junior High. My daughter, Abigail, who is soon to be an Alvin ISD student. And then my parents, who is a complete surprise for them.
aw,
Because they've instilled a love of education with me, so I thought it'd be a really sweet surprise.
aw, congratulations. No, and I still have one more but I will say several of you brought your parents, and that really says a lot because you wouldn't be where you are without the support of them, and that shows through. So thank you. Okay, our next assistant principal is for consideration is Miss Jacqueline Butteris. Miss Butteris is currently serving Alvin ISD as the ELA reading instructional coach at Alvin Elementary, where she began her time with Alvin as a teacher. Prior to joining Alvin ISD, she served Houston ISD as a teacher and a teacher specialist, as well as Aldine ISD. Jacqueline has over 11 years' experience in education, receiving her bachelor's degree in elementary education from Iowa State University and her master's degree in educational leadership and policy studies from the University of Texas in Arlington. So we're asking for consideration for Ms. Butteris from our board for assistant principal to be, location to be determined.
Do we have a motion to approve Jacqueline Butteris as assistant principal, school to be determined? By trustee Johnson, second by trustee Peterson. Any questions or comments? All in favor? All opposed? Motion carries 7-0.
Jacqueline, will you introduce any guests you may have brought with you?
One of my best friends
Thank you. And if, assistant principals, if you'll stay after for Ms. Rives's team's going to take pictures after the meeting.
All right. Next, we have request to consider approval of principal of Hassey Elementary.
So board, with Ms. Froberg moving into an advanced academic coordinator position, it opened up Bill Hassey Elementary. And so this evening, the committee is recommending for consideration to the board Ms. Victoria Rios. She's currently serving as assistant principal at Don Jeter Elementary. She previously served Alvin ISD as assistant principal at Savannah Lakes Elementary and as a teacher at Glen York Elementary. Prior to her work in Alvin, Victoria served Plainview ISD for 11 years as a teacher and an instructional coach. Victoria has over 16 years of experience in education. She received her bachelor's in interdisciplinary studies from Wayland Baptist University and her master's degree in educational leadership from Lamar University. The committee is asking for consideration of the board for Ms. Rios to lead Hassey Elementary.
All right, do we have a motion to approve, be granted for Victoria Rios as principal of Hassey Elementary by trustee Scott? Do we have a second by trustee Harris? Any questions or comments? All in favor? All opposed? Motion carries 7-0.
Congratulations, Ms. Rios. Can you introduce your guest? Wonderful. Thank you. Congratulations.
All right, next we have request to consider approval of principal of Passmore Elementary.
So, board, we're asking for consideration of Ms. Shannon Hennigan. She's currently serving as assistant principal at Glen York Elementary School. She previously served Alvin ISD as an advanced academic specialist at Fairview Junior High. Shannon began her career in campus administration in 2011 for Pine Tree ISD as an assistant principal, followed by Livingston ISD and Willis ISD as assistant principal. She's taught school for over 22, or she's been in education for over 22 years and taught at various elementary schools. Due to being married to a coach, they move around. And so Coach Hennigan worked for us, and he's now with another district. But Ms. Hennigan, we get to keep her, if the board approves, her as consideration for Passmore Elementary principal. She received her degree, her bachelor's from Texas A&M University, and her master's degree in educational leadership from Stephen F. Austin State University. So consideration for the board for Ms. Hennigan as principal of Passmore Elementary.
All right, do we have a motion to approve Shannon Hennigan as principal of Passmore Elementary by trustee Johnson? Do we have a second by trustee Scheibel? Any questions or comments? All in favor? All opposed? Motion carries 7-0.
Ms. Hennigan, can you introduce your family or your guest?
I brought Aubrey, who's 8th grader at Manville Junior High, and Brody, who's in 5th grade, worked with me, and then my parents, Rick and Barb Hostel, and my mom's a retired teacher.
Wonderful. Welcome. Thank you. Congratulations.
All right, next we have request to consider approval of principal of Pomona Elementary.
So board, the committee is recommending Ms. Melissa Compton for consideration. She is currently our assistant principal at Fairview Junior High School. She began her campus administration career in Alvin ISD as an assistant principal at Wilder and Passmore Elementary Schools. She previously taught at Don Jeter as well as Bobby Shaw Middle School and Pasadena ISD. She has also served as the elementary summer school principal for the past 4 years. Melissa has over 14 years of experience in education, 10 of those with Alvin ISD. She received her bachelor's degree in elementary education from Park University in Missouri and her master's degree in Education Administration and Policy Studies from the University of Texas, Arlington. So the committee is asking for consideration for Ms. Compton to lead Pomona Elementary as their principal.
All right, do we have a motion to approve will be granted for Melissa Compton to be principal of Pomona Elementary?
So
By
moved.
Trustee Harris, we have a second by Trustee Peterson. Any questions or comments? All in favor? All opposed? Motion carries 7-0.
Ms. Compton? So if you brought guests, can you introduce your guest?
My son, his name is Ray, and he's a freshman in Alvin ISD. And my daughter Eva is a sixth grader at Fairview.
And your current principal, right?
I can't forget.
Thank you, congratulations. So if the principals also who were named will stay for pictures as well.
All right, at this time, we will go into closed session. The board will now adjourn into executive session pursuant to the following sections of the Texas Open Meeting Act: 551072, 551074, and 551076. We are now going into closed session. Do we have a motion that the board adopt a resolution approving the exchange of a tract unentitled district land being approximately 18 acres located south of Dogwood Avenue near Charlotte Street in Missouri County, Texas, in exchange for an approximately 15-acre tract of entitled land located within an area south of County Road 58, north of Highway 6, east of Texas State Highway 288, and west of FM 1128, located in Missouri County, Texas, and authorize the superintendent to negotiate and execute a land exchange agreement.
So moved.
By trustee Harris, we have a second. By trustee Scheibel. Any questions or comments? All in favor? Motion carries 6-0.
Somebody abstain?
I didn't even know you would.
No, we don't know what
quit.
happened.
He'll be right. All right, we can keep going. We have a quorum. We have a quorum.
Okay.
And with one,
He's not here.
6-0. Motion carries 6-0. All right. At that time, I make a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
We have a second by trustee Peterson. All in favor? All opposed? Motion carries 6-0. We are adjourned. Thank y'all very much.